WLNY-TV 1055's News at 9 won the New York State Broadcasters Association Award for Best Locally Originated Newscast this year. And here with me now are the 9 p.m. news anchors, Dick Brennan and Alice Gaynor.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah.
No problem.
Thank you for having us on our set.
Yes, on our set. We invited her in, but
Right?
we're all set. Yeah.
Funny how it all works out.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the both of you and the producers on this award.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about receiving this award?
It's a great testament to the hard work everyone in the newsroom puts in. It's a total team effort. You know, you see Dick and I out here and Lonnie and Otis, but there are so many people who make the newscast happen. You know, the reporters, producers, EP, you know, the crew guys, photographers, and we could go on and on. Director Mark.
Editors, you could go on. Yeah. No, it's true, and that sounds like a corny thing that we're just saying, but we really do mean that because the people behind the scenes is what put our faces out there and really makes everything come together. You know, this quote-unquote award, you say it's an award. Well, what it is, it's recognizing everything that we do every day. And that's not just here, but it's also at Channel 2, because as you know, there's a marriage of the two of us. And I think that's why we're so successful in such a short period of time, because WLNY has the support of an incredible staff that's been doing this for years. So in that sense, yeah, we're happy. We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
So going on from that, what do you think makes this 9 p.m. newscast stand out from other newscasts?
Well, it's great because if you want to go to bed early, you can watch our newscast at 9 rather than staying up till 10 or 11. But we're at an advantage because we go on before those newscasts, so we will have the information first if there's some breaking news. You know, we're up with it. Other stations aren't up yet. So that's one huge advantage we have is the timing of our newscast.
And what's happened is interesting in this town. A long time ago, you probably don't remember, but there was attempts to have a 7 o'clock news, a 7:30 news, even an 8 o'clock news. They all failed. But what's different now, in my mind, is technology. People have told us, I know they've told Alice also, that what they do is they'll DVR their show that comes on at 9, whether it's on CBS, so we hope it's CBS or an NBC, and then they'll watch us for maybe 20 minutes, and by the time 9:20 rolls around, they can watch their show with no commercials. And so I think there's a sense of appointment television has gone away from the shows, you know, the big broadcast shows. But you can't really, you know, DVR the news or sports for that matter. So I think there's a little bit of an advantage there, but don't tell anybody.
Secret stay with me.
Yeah, secret stay.
So what is featured on the 9 p.m. newscast?
Oh, well, we have Lonnie's exclusive News at 9 forecast, of course. That's a big one. Otis has sports. You know, we lead off with the breaking news. At the end, we always have a kicker. So we start off really, you know, pretty serious, obviously, talking about the hard news of the day. And slowly, the newscast, you know, depending on the news that night, if it allows, we'll have some fun feature-y stories as well. Living Large is on the News at 9. What else?
Well, I can just say right now in this world, it's so hard. We come on at 9 o'clock at night. People have been up at 7 o'clock in the morning already looking at the news. They've been looking at Twitter. They've been looking at the feeds. They go to work and they look at all the blogs, et cetera, and so forth. So by the time they roll around to us, people are like, okay, you better show me something new. And we really do try. And we're going 24/7. And the one thing we love to do is really work on breaking news, because people at 9 o'clock, they're going to say, number one, what's happening now, and then number two, what's happening maybe 12 hours from now when I got to get up and I got to get on a train. That's why you'll see local news and network news too. It's very strong on weather and it's very strong on transportation issues. Why? Because when people watch local news, they want to know what the weather's going to be. They're going to want to know, can I get to work on time because of the weather, or maybe not because of the weather. You know, maybe there's a strike like the Long Island Railroad last week, so the potential strike. So these are the important things that we're aiming for at 9 o'clock, and we really want to get people to say, okay, I'll put my show off for a while.
So what would you say is the best part about the 9 o'clock news team?
I think
Dick Brennan.
It's Alice. Did we cover that well?
I mean, we all generally like each other.
Yeah, we do.
And I think we mesh well.
Then
we all have a hand in the stories. You know, Dick and I have a unique position in that we go out and report earlier in the 5 and 6 for our sister station, CBS 2, and then we come back and do the 9. So we're out there in the field. You know, we know what's going on.
And we also have the resources here on WLNY of CBS News, which is fantastic because we can use their resources literally from around the world, and then a station like LNY gets the benefit of it. So as Alice points out, you know, number one, we're hopefully working through. Number two, no divas on this show.
No,
it will not be tolerated.
Just to build on what he's saying, with it being able to use CBS, there's a service called NewsPath. So we'll actually have live shots. You know, if there's a tornado in the Midwest, we have a live report from out there from a reporter. We can have a live report from Israel on what's going on over there. So that's something that's unique to a local newscast.
Yeah, there used to be, when I was young, we'd say, and now live via satellite, and we'd say, wow, they're reporting from South Africa, the Middle East. Nowadays, I was like, really? You know, that's what satellites are for. So technology is great for our business.
True, true. As anchors, what preparation goes into broadcasting live?
Aside from the hair and the makeup? Is that aside from that, I guess. Okay, we just want to check
That comes
out.
last because, you know, again, we're out reporting live, just gathering elements, and you know, we proofread the scripts a lot of the times. Our EP Sarah is out there proofreading scripts as well. We're also trying to generate viewers, and we're doing that through social media. So that's all preparation for the live broadcast, and hopefully people watching the live broadcast. So
Yeah, you know, so many people say to you, what's better, you know, especially people who are new, do I want to report or I want to anchor? Well, Alice and I actually have the benefit of both because there is nothing like covering a story day in and day out. And frequently we'll be on this desk and Alice will say to me, no, I was out there last week. That's not right. Let's change this. Let's get that. And that you can't replace being there. Whether it's in New Jersey, it's Long Island, or hey, last month or a month and a half ago, they sent me to cover the Pope in Israel. And you can't replace being there because then you get the big picture. And I'll say to Alice, she'll say, do you know about that? And I'll say, I wasn't there last week. Were you there? And she'll tell me something. And she's done a lot of reporting in New Jersey. I've done a lot of reporting in the city. So it's a good little marriage together.
And that's also sort of unique. You'll get a lot of talent at other stations that are not necessarily from the area, but Dick
Right.
was actually born and raised in Queens,
That's
New
right.
York, and I was born and raised in New Jersey. So it's nice to be local, and people appreciate that, I think.
Yeah, we both went to Fordham. She was a year behind me, or two. I don't
Right.
remember. Yeah, something like that.
Times 10.
Hey, don't give it up, lady. Come on.
Okay, so what's something that viewers might be surprised to see that goes on behind the scenes?
Well, that's funny because they can see what goes on behind the scenes because we're very into tweeting and Instagram, and we try to give viewers a little look at
She's a little
some of
better
the
at
quirky
that.
things that go on behind the scenes, like you know, you can't see our shoes, maybe we'll show you our shoes tonight, or something broke and look at this chair, it fell, haha, Dick's sitting on the ground, you know. But we try to give people a behind the scenes look. We do a hashtag behind the scenes,
That's
actually.
it. There it is. Mark is showing our behind the scenes shots that we pop every night. You know, one of the biggest challenges for television, broadcast television, is to try to go to the next level and to imagine what someone of your generation is really looking for. And so literally, we're sitting here during breaks, and we might be tweeting what's coming up next, or we might be tweeting something we just heard, or Alice will turn to me and she's looking at various sources, not only on Twitter, but all around, and say, hey, look at this, guys, or we'll hear something from somebody else just tweeted. We got to check this out, because the one thing you learn, don't believe anything just because it appeared in front of this little blog. But you can use it as a source and say, hey, can we check this out? I don't know how many times Alice will turn to me and say, hey, I just got word that something may be going on out on, you know, somewhere. Call the desk, get it on,
Yeah, the other
check
night
it
we
out.
saw a tweet from another station. Just, you know, we wanted to make sure we also had that information. And
Or maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, but let's get it confirmed. And, you know, Scott Pelley, who is the managing editor of CBS Evening News, and he says these things, and we're, as you know, LNY is owned by CBS. Is it fair? Is it right? Is it accurate? Those things aren't things we just laugh about. We mean it, and he means it, and we take our cue from him because he's one of the big guys here. And you know, when it's 60 Minutes, when it's CBS Evening News, when it's Channel 2 News at 5, 6, and 11, or it's WLNY, the rules are the same. The standards are the same, and that's what you're getting from us.
What advice would you give interns trying to break into the industry?
say yes to every opportunity, you know, understand that you're going to have to start from the bottom up. You know, we all have unique stories about how we got started. I worked in radio first. Internships are wonderful because you make connections with people. It's a small business. People change jobs, and you never know who's going to end up where. So interning is, in itself, is huge. And just trying to get the most out of that internship. You know, just talking to people, getting advice. Maybe they're not assigning you certain tasks, but it's important to be vocal and ask to do different things. I know when I was trying to break into TV reporting, I was just writing at News 12 New Jersey, and I had asked some of the photographers, hey, on my own time, can I come tag along, work on my tape, make my tape? And I did, and then that's what led to me finally going on air. So you really just have to, you know, be your own advocate and just push and be a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, don't be shy. And you know why? It is intimidating. But, you know, the worst thing a person can say to you is no. That's it. Oh, so he said no, and I'll say, okay, thank you. But all the dumb little things that a parent would tell children, and I tell my kids, dress well, dress better than everybody else. People will be impressed. Know what's going on in the world. Pick up a newspaper, follow an evening newscast, something like that. Those things matter, and even little things. Know everybody's name. Go out of your way to be nice. It matters. It counts. It will matter if you're in an internship.
And people remember.
Yeah, people do remember.
What advice would you give aspiring broadcast journalists?
The same thing, I think,
Yeah.
just to try and learn everything. It helps. The more you know, especially with technology changing. When I started in radio, we did stuff on mini disc, and I'd have to drive back to the station. Now they can work on laptops, and it's a different technology. And same with television, editing is different. You can do things on laptops now. So try and learn as much as you can, because you're at an advantage being younger and being more familiar with these technologies than, say, the person who's been in the business for several decades. They may not be as familiar. So it's just something extra you can bring to the table to set yourself apart. The more skills you have, the better.
Yeah, and just remember, it's not about looks. People say you have an advantage if you have looks. They'll get you the job, you won't keep the job. It's about hard work, it's about passion, and this business is not for the faint of heart. You're going to work your holidays, you're going to work your long days, you're going to work through the night. That's the way it is. In the end, I think, and I'm sure Alice would say, there's a great reward to it.
You might get to work with Dick Brennan. I mean,
That'd be great. The dream.
The dream.
Yeah. Thanks, Alice.
Well, thank you both once again for taking the time to meet with me. Congratulations on this award, and I wish you both the best in the future.
And
Thanks,
good
and
luck.
you too.
Yes, you too.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
And from TV 1055's news station, I'm Janan Boulier, CBS 2 News.